Nigeria's Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, has announced the immediate suspension of tinted vehicle windscreens in the country. Now, the IGP announced yesterday during a meeting with senior police officers, including commissioners and DIGs from across the states.
Now, this, according to the IGP, is part of efforts being put in place to curtail the worsening security challenges across the country. He also directed that the issuance of spy number plates be put on hold, while reiterating that roadblocks remain prohibited in the country and warned that heads of command must enforce it and key into the road patrol strategy as an alternative to roadblocks. Well, joining us this morning once again is security analyst Dennis Amakri. Welcome back, Dennis. Good morning to you. This is Breakfast Central. Dennis, are you there?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Dennis.
Morning. Yes.
All right, Dennis, what do you make of the ban on tinted windscreens, I beg your pardon, in the country? And what does this mean for the country at this time?
Nothing. Actually, to put it in one word, it means nothing. You know, your house is burning and you're supposed to put out the fire. Instead, you're worried about the shoe that is in there that you want to pull out, you know. So it does not really mean anything. I know that different inspector generals have come to office and then, of course, said, oh, no more checkpoints, no more tinted glasses, you know, and worry about all that. Cars can have tinted glasses. All they need is to, you know, when you are going to a checkpoint, you can wind down so that, or the police can ask you to wind down so that they can see inside to make sure that criminals are not passing through. But to say that all glasses should not be tinted, I think it doesn't make any sense. Some cars are factory fitted, you know, factory fitted tinted glasses. So what are you going to do? Change it into a transparent one? So I don't think
well, Dennis, the police have described it as part of their efforts, you know, put in place to curtail the worsening security crisis in the country. But from a Nigerian perspective, when you have, you know, your police boss, you know, coming out to say this is perhaps one of the measures they are trying to take, as good intention as it is, you ask the question, should that really be the case right now? Should police be bothered about tinted vehicles, which clearly mostly used by senior political bigwigs in the country? And how does that really then solve the security problems we're having in the country?
It doesn't solve any security problem. Like I said earlier, it doesn't solve anything. Because, okay, some politicians like to use it very well, you know, but the whole idea is that they don't want criminals to use it so that it will, you know, it will be hard for the police to see them. But the police can always see them. I know that they have stopped roadblocks. It wants the police to patrol instead of using roadblocks. Very good idea, but enforce it. Because after maybe 2-3 weeks, you will see those roadblocks back on again. So I think what the Inspector General could do, he should use his energy in enforcing proper things. And then, of course, with the major issues in security that is facing us, which is kidnapping, you know, face that. And people will be very happy with you. Don't go into peripheral things that will mean nothing to the public.
All right, so now looking at this tinted vehicle and the ban, this is not the first time we're hearing it in Nigeria. I mean, it has happened multiple times in the past, and it makes people begin to wonder, now, if you're saying there should be a ban, if at all there should be a ban, shouldn't this start from the ports where these vehicles are being imported into Nigeria, looking at them, considering the fact that these vehicles are not even made in Nigeria? Because altering these vehicles' windshields would definitely affect the overall working system of the vehicles. What's your take on that?
Not necessarily. There's a differentiation between the factory-fitted glasses and those that are made. They are made to look dark here in Nigeria. You know, you can actually remove them. I know that there was a time there is this same order from an IG, and what they were doing is that they will ask you to remove it yourself. If you don't remove it yourself, when they stop you on the way and remove it for you, you are going to pay. You know, so these are two different methods they were using. But I don't think you will ban factory-fitted glasses.
All right.
Factory-fitted glasses are allowed, I think.
Dennis, just before we let you go, as a security expert, well, the news yesterday broke once again. This is what, apart from the Twitter ban, which a lot of Nigerians are still reeling from, the news in Kebbi about people found dead, and also from Sunday early morning's attack in Igongo in southwest Oyo State. What's your take on the situation? Because it seems to be no start of the week, no end of the week without bloodshed and security challenges in some part of Nigeria.
Yeah, and it has not ended either, because it will continue. It will continue. This is a trend that has been happening, and we expect government to take the initiative in stopping it. This was the same reason why in the south they have Amotekun and all the other kinds of regional help systems. But as you can see, they are not helping much. They are not helping much. Because this is the time that, in fact, what happened in the Gongo and the Parakwa, it was one that the Amotekun themselves would have stopped, but it didn't. And these particular gunmen, unknown as they are, should have been known by now and then stopped. But we keep on allowing the country to slide down, and then people will continue. In fact, I can foresee a situation where everybody really have to protect themselves, you know, against these unknown armed people that have been terrorizing the whole country.
I mean, with what you just said now, looking at everybody needs to protect themselves, that begs the next question. Where do we go from here?
Well, we will go ahead and protect ourselves. It is not that, you know, that it is not just using guns that protects us, because some people will say, if we're going to protect ourselves, why don't they allow us to use guns? You know, but that is not the answer. You know, people will protect themselves. And then, of course, with the agitations that are coming up, you know, we've said it before, there are going to be warlords all over the country. And the country is sliding into a civil war, kind of. You know, and if we're doing that, and if the government does not stop this slide, we will find warlords taking over certain parts of the country. You know, in the West now, you can see what Sunday Igboho is doing. And then, of course, the Democracy Day, June 12th, is coming up. And a lot of plans have been going on. Very, very terrible plans that will worry the fabric of this country. And then, of course, in other parts, you find out about IPOB, okay, and then, of course, the North is saying, Northern elders yesterday are saying that, oh, if Igbos are going, let them go. We don't mind. All the Northerners living in the South should come up to the North. You know, these are things that we expect government to handle immediately, because this is a dangerous slide that's going to divide this country if we don't take care.
Well, we'll continue to follow these stories. Clearly, many will say with the government's latest ban, even on social media, we all see where priorities lie. Well, thank you very much, Dennis Amakri, security analyst, for coming once again on Breakfast Central. We'd love to have you again, sir. Thank you.